Hello everyone, welcome to Cornflower Crafts. My nickname is Corn, and today I'm joining in on the open collab, which is hashtag stampplay. Our hostess is Susan from Susan's Heartstrings, and she encourages us with this collab to use our stamps. And that's one thing that I did for several years. I would purchase the stamps, especially on either at Dollar Tree or on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and they'd sit in the closet. They'd just sit there, nice and organized, but just sit there because I'm not very talented when it comes to stamping. It's just a fact. But it is one of those things, the more you do, the better you get. Also, it doesn't hurt to have a stamping platform. So you can do it over and over again in the same spot. Now, what I'm working on today, let me sit down here a second. Hoo-wee. Did y'all turn the heat on? I hear, especially in California, but I hear all over our country, the heat is on full blast. Whew. And where I am too, we were having some beautiful, cool nights, but that's gone. Handsome said, honey, summer's back. Well, what happened was I had gone to Target years ago, maybe even 5 or 6 years ago, when they used to have in their dollar spot, they had crafting items in one little section. And I used to love it, love it, love it. And one of the things I got were this, you know, you could do a card with these, and they came with the little envelopes too for $1. I forget how many was in the pack, but I mean, it was a great deal. And I used all of them but 6, okay? I'm pretty sure this is 6, yeah. Okay. So I said, okay, I've got these left, and I have made cards out of them. I've made Christmas cards, birthday cards, all kinds of cards. Just single-sided, and then you write on the back your greeting. Well, not only did I take those, but I don't know if you remember, I don't know if it was my last Hobby Lobby haul or the one before it. I had gotten some wedding invitations on clearance for, oh boy, it was like maybe even not 75 or 90% off. I mean, it was way down from what they were originally. And you all know I love pink roses, and you know I love flowers. So, I mean, I just thought, okay, I can do stuff with everything that's in this box, you know. So one of the things, these come together. And you, you know, it's perforated, so you just pull them apart. You have to go like so you can pull apart nicely. But I went ahead, because it was kind of scruffy, I went ahead and put it on my guillotine and cut that part off. Just a little sliver. So I'll be decorating these. That's a future video. And I will be decorating these for the postcards, okay? But I wanted to make my own postcards. So with this one, first off, remember I got these for these on 75% off in a recent haul, Hobby Lobby. And this is the black soot that these are done in, and these are done in, which I've never worked with before, hickory smoke. Because they're more shabby chic, I wanted them to be that faded looking gray. I just thought it looked nice together, but I ended up having to stamp that like 4 times even to see it. Now, when it came to this line down here, which a lot of the, not every postcard has that, but a lot of them do, I went ahead and, you know, I can't cut a straight line, and I can't draw a straight line. So what I ended up having to do, y'all can get a chuckle out of this if you want, because I did. I had to put it on this grid, you know, and, you know, line them up to where, okay, there we go. And then just put my ruler like so do it in pencil first, because I didn't know, I hadn't stamped this yet. So do it in pencil first, and then I took my markers, my Tombow markers. The gray ended up, this gray ended up, trying to get as close as I could to that ink color, and it ended up being N60, and then for the black is N15, okay? So I use those guys. And stamp-wise, okay, let's do this. Okay, stamp-wise, on this stamp that says postcard, it's this one. These came from Amazon, and I'm sorry, remember I take them out of the packaging, put them in my own usually. Not always, but usually. And took that and tried to center it where the line was, you know, as best I could. And then this one where, you know, if the postcard, you know, hasn't been used yet, I'm making mine like this so that if I put them in a journal or if I put them in a card and as a little gift, you know, then the person who receives it, they can actually use them, to be honest, or they can put what they want, you know, put their own, maybe even have a vintage stamp or do, I'll get to this later on these stamps, you know, put here and write who they wanted it to go to, and maybe instead of writing maybe a picture here of where they went and then the date and stuff, you know, something like that. So that's why I did that way. I also used, where did it go? Okay. I think these are Amazon as well, y'all. I think. I also used this one, which I think is beautiful. This stamp at the top as well. Okay. I didn't use the lines here because they're so small. They fit so much better on this one. This one would need them elongated, and I didn't do that. Okay. So we ended up with 3 like so. Where's my third one? There we go. 3 like so. And 3 like, isn't that pretty? I just think that's gorgeous. Now, you may notice, maybe I'll try to get them up close. There's this little gap here, and these were stamped 4 times as well. And what happens is, after a while, I was like, what is happening? What am I not pressure-wise? What am I? And I did pressure literally, and it's the stamp itself. After examining the stamp, several of them were just made that way. So I was like, okay. And yes, when you try to go like, see how the C is smaller than the A, the R is, and the D. So, you know, it's just the design of the stamp, you know. So I got these stamped, and then the same here, but with that gray on the flowery ones. And again, like I said, I didn't do the lines. And then this one, I just got this out. I don't know if you can even see it. And I'm sure you've probably done this before too. Rather than take a dauber and do, just because I didn't want much, I don't know what I'm going to do on this side yet, but just go like so, and you can kind of lean it. See, if you lean it into that. So I'll probably end up doing that on all of those. Okay. So that's what I've got here and here. So let's do this. Let's fan these out a little bit here. And then we'll fan these out as well. And then I was like, okay, looking at these stamps, they looked so much fun. And I had finished the laundry. You do that. Okay, now that I finished the laundry and it's 7 in the evening, now I'm going to clean up. And while I was cleaning up, I was like, well, wait a minute. Maybe since I saw this stamp, this stamp, this stamp, and this stamp, stamps of stamps, I was like, hold on. And this one, I have used this one before too. Now this one, y'all ready for this? Tuesday morning in 2019. From Bo Bunny. Just postal stamp is what it's called. And I guess if you can still get it, there is the SKU number. Just called postal stamps. Clear stamps. This one I love. I've used this one quite a bit in vintage things. And so after I stamped them all, this is my little reason I only did this many is because this is a scrap piece of paper I had sitting up there in my scrap pile, and I was like, I'm just going to do it on that. I don't know if I'm finished or not with the coloring of them, because if you're like me, sometimes you leave it overnight, or you might leave it 2 nights or what have you, and then go back and look at it and say, should I do flesh tone, you know, here, 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 and here? Should I bring out, you know, hair color, the whole thing? So I'm sitting on that one. I'm not sure yet if that's what I'm going to do or not. But you know me, for my shabby chic things, I need pinks and greens. That's my thing. So you'll see a lot of that. Excuse me. Because these are sunflowers, that's why you got the green and the goldish yellow. And I colored these with the Ohuhu markers, okay, and with this marker that is metallic. Isn't that pretty? And I don't know if y'all can see it if I hold it the light a certain way. These leaves are done in that. If you hold it a certain way, you can see that they're metallic. Also, let me see, where did I put it around? This butterfly around like so. Hopefully you can see that shine that it has. And that's the stamping that I have done recently. And I want to thank you all so much for stopping by to visit. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.